you feel like you need a boost. So what you do, you pick up your Anker Soundcore Boost. Oh, that was funny, Al. But it's not just a case of a boost because you picked up your boost. It's a boost because you've gone into the app and you've seen new firmware available. You're on 00.35. It says, update your firmware, and you have a look. It says, major feature. It doesn't say major feature. It says, we're going to make it so much better. No, it doesn't say we're going to make it so much better. What does it say out? It says, you won't believe this. It says it's fixed some bugs. Well, we've never had that before, have we? We've never had it fix bugs before. But, of course, what we want to know before we update, is it going to change the sound? Do you know, recently, it doesn't... All these firmware updates seem quite safe, but I guarantee you there'll always be someone who said, no, I got way too much bass. Oh, all the bass is gone, and I've got no volume. And that is the thing to remember with all firmware updates, with all your speakers. If it ain't broke, don't try and fix it, because you always risk breaking your speaker or changing it in a way that was unpredictable. And now it's not the speaker you wanted. So if you're not unhappy with how it is now, let's see if there's anything compelling to upgrade to the latest firmware. Because I have measured the frequency. Have you? Yes, I have. I've measured the frequency response before 0.35. I've measured it afterwards 0.39, and I'm going to tell you now if anything has changed. I take a chance with my speakers because I care about you that much that I can brick my own speaker to warn you not to do the same. So we measure it in default mode, 66% volume, before and after. If you're going to be really picky, you could say, maybe there's a bit more at 8 kilohertz. It's half a decibel, and that's well within margin of error. Tiny movements on the measurement mic could well make that difference. So I declare that no difference in default mode at 66% volume. I measured it before and after. In custom mode, I set my custom mode, measured it before and after, and indeed it's an identical result to default mode. Appear to have a teeny bit more 8 kilohertz. That's no bad thing. That will give you a teeny bit more clarity, if indeed that's actually real in the real world, because it's within the margin of error of my measurement equipment. Then we've got the maximum volume. We've got it in default mode, and it's absolutely identical. There isn't even a margin of error. Absolutely identical. I did the same thing in custom mode, and it's absolutely identical. There is no question. Maybe at lower volumes, there's a teeny bit more in the treble. I say in treble, of course it's in the treble. It's in the highs, it's at 8 kilohertz. And it's going to make no difference, even if it's real. I doubt if you're ever going to hear it. But someone will come on and say, I can't even hear it now. I can't listen to my speaker. Well then, if you don't want to take that risk, do not upgrade. But short and sweet, for a change, my video on this firmware update, because there's not much to say. I measured the sound before and afterwards, and it's exactly the same. That's probably what you wanted to hear. But then, so why take the chance and upgrade it? Because if they're not going to tell you what the bug was in the first place, and you haven't experienced any bugs, then no need to upgrade. But if there's something that's bugging you, do you see what I did? If there's something that's bugging you, take a chance. Play the lottery, the firmware update lottery. But to be fair, most of those lotteries were on JBL and not on Soundcore speakers. You still get some people complaining about Soundcore, but most people who complain about something major going in the wrong direction on a firmware update coming from JBL speakers. Gonna get a ton of JBL fanboys. How do you know they're JBL fanboys? Well, because they even put it as a channel name. JBL this, or JBL that, love this, love that. Does it work for JBL? Could be, I don't know. You do get a lot of that where people are paid to promote these brands, make out they are real people like you and me, just ordinary people walking down the road like you and me. But really, they're there to put their name out. Much like a lot of these, I've got to say, Russian bots at the moment all over the videos that just put out spiel. I don't want to get political. I'm going to get myself into trouble, but it happens. You get bots, never mind Russian, but all sorts of bots for all sorts. You get a lot of adult website bots. Get them on my channel, but because I'm already set up to not show live something that's given a link, I get to moderate it later. So they never show up on my channel. But you see, channels don't bother setting it where links flag up there may be something wrong and say it's left for moderation. And they're full of adult links. With all the might of Google and YouTube, Google, of course, YouTube, with all their might and all their expertise, they can't get a handle on bots on going through their comments. What's that all about? We can spot them. They do all this AI stuff, don't they? They're big on their AI. So you can hardly tell if it's a human interacting with you or it's with all that AI. And they did that, the AI chess program, didn't they, whatever that was called, where it could beat a proper chess master, and it's absolutely fantastic. Or it was some particular game where it was even more impressive that they could do that with AI. But with all that, it's so blatant for us to be able to spot spam, and they can't come up with a filter that does that. What's that all about? Google, if you're watching, come and talk to me. I can put you straight on that. No change on the Soundcore Boost version 2 upgraded speaker for its firmware update. Thank you for watching.
I ain't about that life. I ain't about that life. Ain't no project wife, got my logic right, guess I'm not your type. I ain't about that life. I ain't about that life. Sorry, ma, I ain't get it right. I'ma just live my life. I ain't about that. I ain't about that life.